We all know that, in order to build muscle strength and endurance, we need to train hard. But what does training hard actually mean? Is it lifting heavy weights for 6 reps, or going to failure on all your sets? Maybe it's running until you KOE and take another step, or doing endless crunches until your ABs are on fire. Well, none of these examples are correct. Training hard doesn't necessarily mean training for a long time or doing lots of reps. In some cases, it simply means training smart. The phrase, no pain, no gain is often used to describe the idea that you must suffer in order to reap the rewards of muscle growth and improved fitness. But I disagree. While it's true that discomfort is often required to stimulate adaptation, there is a big difference between feeling challenged and simply feeling pain. If you're feeling pain, you're more likely to get injured than if you were simply feeling challenged. And you don't need to feel pain in order to stimulate muscle growth or improve your conditioning. What you need to do instead is, every set counts. This is a simple concept that can be applied to almost any exercise you perform. It's based on the idea that rather than thinking of your workout as a whole, you should focus on each individual set. Every set is its own workout. If you were to stop after just one set, you would deload the next 6. This may sound counterintuitive, but it makes sense if you think about it. If you train with intensity on every set, you will exhaust your energy resources faster. So by reducing the number of sets you perform, you can actually train harder on each set and still get the same overall stimulus. Let's look at an example to illustrate this. Imagine you re-performing barbell squats, and you decide to shoot for a personal record on your first set. You manage to squat 130 kilograms for 6 reps. Now, because you gave that first set 100% effort, you've pretty much exhausted your fast twitch muscle fibers, which are responsible for generating explosive power. By the time you get to your second set, your legs feel heavy and it becomes difficult to maintain good form. So you'll reduce the weight to 110 kilograms and complete 3 reps. At this point, you might be tempted to call it a day and move on to the next exercise. But if you apply the every set counts principle, you would treat the second set as its own workout and push yourself to give it 100% effort. So instead of just 3 reps, you force out 5. Then you drop the weight again and repeat the process until you've completed 8 sets. By following this approach, you will have trained your fast twitch muscle fibers to their maximum potential, while still getting plenty of volume. This can lead to more muscle growth and strength gains compared to the traditional approach of trying to lift the same weight for as many reps as possible. The latter approach usually ends up with you failing on the first set and then just going through the motions on the remaining set. Another advantage of this approach is that you are less likely to plateau. This is because you are always training with intensity, which helps you break through plateaus more quickly. This is also a more efficient way to train because you can get in and out of the gym quicker. For example, instead of spending an hour and a half in the gym, you can get the same results in just 45 minutes. So how do you apply this to your own training? First, choose an exercise that you want to work on. Then decide on a weight that is challenging but not impossible. Perform that weight for 1 set and then rest. Once you've rested, perform another set with the same weight and push yourself to the point where you could barely squeeze out another rep. Rest again and repeat this process until you've completed 8 sets. It's important to note that the every set counts principle is not a magic bullet. You still need to follow basic training principles such as progressive overload and period. What it does offer is a new perspective on how to train that can help you get stronger and build muscle faster. So give it a try and see for yourself. You may be surprised at what you can accomplish. If you liked this video, remember to subscribe for more great evidence-based nutrition and training tips. And as always, remember that you don't need expensive supplements or fancy equipment to build muscle and get stronger. All you need is a well-designed plan and the motivation to stick to it.